Hey folks, VM Explorer here, and this is VMware Daily Tip number 13. And this week is all about vRealize Network Insight. So all the tips this week are around that. This is the second tip in my series for the week, and this is actually how to install vRealize Network Insight. Now, one of the great videos I found, and you're going to see this time and time again, but Matt Just does a really good job. I'm not just saying that because I work with him at VMware, but he does. He does a really good job. And this video is no exception. This is a little bit of an older video. This is from May 2019, but I thought it was relevant and it actually worked pretty well. I was able to follow his guide, and even though this is for the 4.0 of vRNI, it directly applied to 5 with a few very minor exceptions, and I'm sure as you go through the video you'll pick them up. But the overall idea is the same. If you follow his instructions here, he goes through them pretty well. He actually talks about the documentation and making sure you're sized right, which is pretty important. But basically what you do is you go in and you install the two OVAs. So in my case, there's the actual vRNI and then the actual proxy you installed. But fair warning, a couple things I did that the video talked about, but it was kind of after the fact, was go in and make sure you have all your DNS names set up first. That comes in handy. Make sure you know all your NTP names and DNS names and servers and IPs and all that stuff. Have that all ready to go. Know your subnet mask and the IP addresses you want to assign to these various OVAs, because you're going to deploy 2 of them. Once you're done, they're good to go, and it's pretty simple. There's a couple steps. Just follow the steps in the guide. He does a really good job. Be prepared. Okay, that's one thing I'm going to say about this is be prepared. It is going to chew up some serious RAM. The vRNI appliance chews up 20 gigs of RAM. The proxy's pulling 4 gigs right now. And when you add in the VCSA, which mine's currently running at 20 gigs of RAM, you have a disaster for taking up quite a bit of memory. Here I am with no VMs deployed, and 86 gigs of RAM are already used on my system just to get these 3 VMs up and running. So be prepared for that. Do your homework. Like I said, follow Matt's guide here. He does a really good job of explaining what to do and where the documentation is and what to look at. And like I said, even though it's for 4.0, it worked well for me for deploying 5. So that's the tip for today. Get vRealize Network Insight installed. Make sure you follow Matt's video here. And if you have any questions or comments, do post them below and hit on subscribe. Thank you.